Howdy folks, I'm Grumpy Gravy, glumly glooping over grouchy greens.
I'm Amber.
And Amber, why are the greens grouchy if they've got gravy? I mean, I think that would be like a good thing.
Well, I think the Greens maybe just don't like gravy.
I think you're wrong. Everything loves gravy. Let's get started. Alright folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Mom That She Was an Unwanted Guest? My wife has had a stressful time at work and was looking forward to a vacation at her grandparents' cabin. She brought a few books and wanted to read, and I brought my fishing rod. She had no plans to entertain. My dad stopped by to go fishing. It was supposed to be just my dad stopping by for the day, but somehow my mom inserted herself, and I was shocked to see her. My wife had no plans to entertain her. I told my mom that. My mom brought stuff for lunch and dinner and tried to engage with my wife into making dinner for us all, and my wife said no. She was relaxing and reading. If my mom wanted to cook, that was my mom's prerogative. My dad and I got back a little later, and at the table, my mom started complaining about how she did this all by herself. I looked at my wife, who just took her plate and ate in her room. My mom started to complain about it, and I told my mom that she technically wasn't invited, and my wife had no expectations to entertain her in my wife's cabin while my wife was on vacation. My mom started saying that she wouldn't have come if she knew that. I told my mom next time to take the hint. If you aren't invited, don't come. My parents left after dinner. My mom complained that my wife should have tried to be a gracious hostess, and I said maybe my mom should try to not be an unwanted guest. All right, folks, what do you think of this one?
I don't think Opie's the jerk for what he said to his mom, but I do think he wasn't helping his wife out enough. He knew his wife needed a break, and so he just left fishing with his dad, leaving his wife with his mom, knowing what his mom's antics are. Like, it does seem like the wife was able to hold her own, but since the mom is his parent, it was his responsibility to kind of make sure that she didn't, try steamrolling the wife. And the audacity to be like, how dare she not be a good host? Why isn't she chewing out OP? Like, he was there too. Like, it seems very sexist that he's expecting the wife to give up her vacation to host.
So, I think that the mom is probably someone who isn't necessarily good with boundaries. I kind of get the impression of that. And I also kind of get the impression that the mom really wasn't expecting that to get the kind of pushback that she got, and maybe she thought that it wasn't going to be any big deal. OP's hanging out with their dad, and she would hang out with OP's wife. And I don't know if it actually occurred to her that this was really that big of a deal. Some people are very gregarious. They like to be around other people. She may be one of those types of people. And so this just may be like an incompatibility in that respect, right? Now, I think that it would have been much better for OP to try bringing his mother fishing than to have her sit at home all day and try to bother OP's wife. And I think that could have worked out a lot better, because then OP, their dad, and their mom could have all just hung out on the lake and gone fishing, right? As for whether or not she was in the wrong for trying to bother the wife, I think she should have gotten the hint. And I also think that OP should have explicitly told her that if you stay here with my wife, then you will not be paid attention to. She's going to be spending the day reading. Those were her plans.
Yeah, well, the audacity of the mom, too, to expect the wife to prepare an entire dinner for her. Like, it just seems like, I think you're right, that she has no sense of boundaries, and she just expects people to cater to her and go along with what she says. And it's important that she be told not to do that anymore, and that firm boundaries be put into place. But OP needs to be the one enforcing them.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Giant Brown Guy says, everyone's in the wrong. Once your mom showed up, you needed to make it clear that your wife wasn't there to entertain her. By leaving your wife to deal with your mom, you added to the awkwardness of the situation. Your mom is a bigger jerk for just showing up uninvited because your dad was there. But irrespective of that, you should have done more to preserve your wife's peace before leaving with your dad. Added to clarify, I'm only judging OP and his mom. I don't think that the wife or dad did anything to contribute to the judgment. And OP replied, my wife said nope and went to her room and read all day. My mom was like, what in the world? Because she pulls this with my sister and they bend over to all of my mom's wishes and demands. So I think we kind of pegged this one correctly there, you know? But here's the thing. OP is aware that his mother is
Right.
like this.
And he just left his wife there with his mom. And again, like, she's his family. It was his responsibility to shut this down. And when he invited his dad, he probably should have said explicitly, don't bring mom.
Yeah. Should have just, said that this is a, fishing trip only. My wife is not to be disturbed. And that if mom does come, then she's going fishing with us. So I think that would have been, either a win-win in this respect that the mom is going fishing and stuff like that. Or, she realizes that this is not the vacation that she wants. And Perfect Pomelo 3 says, info, did your dad invite her? And OP replies, my mom told my dad that it would be a fun girls' day. I mean, again, I think that OP should have done more to explain to his dad that his wife was not going to be disturbed that day. Especially since he already knows that his mom is like this. You need to be preemptive in these kinds of things. And Empathy 10 says, congrats to your wife for actually prioritizing her wants and not succumbing to the pressures to entertain the host. And OP replies, my mom thinks that reading is boring, so she thought that she was doing my wife a favor. My mom has never got it through her head that some people read for fun. I think I nailed that one. Did I not nail that one? All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, am I a jerk for criticizing my girlfriend, a 26-year-old female's music taste instead of enjoying the concert together? My girlfriend is a 26-year-old female, and I'm a 28-year-old male, and we have very different musical tastes. She loves current pop music, while I am more of a classic rock person. For her birthday, I bought her tickets to a concert for her favorite band, thinking that it would be a great gift to her, even though I'm not a fan of that style. During the concert, I couldn't help but make sarcastic comments about the songs, and she noticed my discomfort. In the end, she was upset and said that I ruined the experience because I just couldn't enjoy it with her. I explained that I just don't like that kind of music, but she feels that I was considerate for making comments instead of just going with the flow. Now she's hurt and is distant from me, and I wonder if I should have just kept my opinions to myself and let her enjoy the moment. Am I the jerk for criticizing her music during her special concert? Oh my goodness, folks. What do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Yes, OP. How was this supposed to be a gift to her? Did you really think that hearing your running commentary for however many hours was a present? Like, I get you don't like the band, so you could have gifted her 2 tickets, one for her and one for a friend.
Yeah.
Win-win. You don't have to go hear the music. She gets to go with someone who enjoys it equally well.
Yeah.
But instead, you decided to give her what looked like a great gift, the concert, but then ruin the entire experience by trashing on something you know she adores.
Yeah, did it really, would it really hurt that much just to be open in the moment and try to enjoy the music as best as you could? Sure, it's not your favorite, but that doesn't matter. It's her favorite and her gift. And you went out of your way to basically like knock her down while she was supposed to be having a good time. I just think that's rude.
I mean, it's fine. Like, you don't have to like everything, that your partner likes. There's nothing wrong with that. But either, you just agree to disagree and enjoy these things separately, or you each like take interest in each other's stuff and enjoy it as much as you can.
Well, and the thing is this, sometimes you just need to, get over yourself and enjoy something, right? Like Amber likes Backstreet Boys. It's not my favorite band, but if Amber plays the Backstreet Boys, I'm not going to sit there and make snide comments about it. I'm not going to say rude comments about her music.
Yeah, you only make snide comments about Nickelback.
Yeah, only about Nickelback, but that's kind of deserved, right?
No.
And it's all in good fun, too.
Yeah, that one is all in good fun. I know that Brian's just being silly.
Yeah.
And if I was listening to a Nickelback song, like, he wouldn't, like, if we went to a Nickelback concert somehow, he wouldn't spend the entire time mocking them, hopefully.
Yeah, I would just bring a pickle sign. That's about it. But folks, let's see what the Wheel of Judgment has to say. Wheel of Judgment, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the judgment that OP's earned. You're the jerk like it's your full-time job. Good job, Wheel. Good Wheel. Good Wheel. You'll get a treat. And Miss Mom says, I would be annoyed that you couldn't let me enjoy something on my birthday. And Lazy Lagoon Barry says, let me invite you to something that you like so that I can criticize your taste in real time. You should have given her tickets and she could have taken someone else to enjoy them with. You're the jerk. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for letting my perpetually late boyfriend miss a game that he was excited about because I didn't remind him to hurry up? My boyfriend is a 28-year-old male and I'm a 27-year-old female, and we've been together for a few years, and he is notorious for being late to things that we plan together. He tends to get caught up in whatever that he's doing, usually something with his car or playing a video game, and loses track of time. Normally, I remind him multiple times about the timing so that we don't miss events, which sometimes makes me feel more like a manager than his girlfriend. I've tried to talk to him about it, explaining that it's always tiring being the one who has to keep us on schedule. But he laughs it off and says that he just runs on his own time. It's reached a point where I plan an hour ahead just so that we don't end up late. Recently, I decided to stop reminding him and let him handle it himself. Last weekend, he got tickets to a big game that he was thrilled about. We'd been talking about it for weeks, but I had told him a couple times that I wouldn't be nagging him to get ready anymore. Well, when game day came, he got distracted again, this time tweaking something on his car, which was running perfectly fine. I casually mentioned that it was getting late, but I didn't keep at it or hurry him along. We ended up leaving much later than planned and missed most of the first quarter, which he had been looking forward to. He was upset and blamed me, saying that I should have told him sooner if I had noticed that we were running late. I reminded him that I had already made it clear that I wasn't going to be responsible for his time management anymore. This led to a big argument where he accused me of sabotaging his plans out of spite. We haven't talked much since. Now he has told a few friends, and some of them agree with him that I should have just helped him out for something that he really cared about. Am I the jerk for letting him deal with the timing himself and not reminding him to hurry up? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. OP made it clear that she wasn't going to be playing timekeeper for him anymore. And it had to be for something he cared about for the lesson to get through, because if it wasn't, being late wouldn't matter to him.
Yeah.
Like, the only way he's going to be concerned is if he's late to something that he actually is concerned about.
Yeah.
Now, if he has, thinks suspects he might have ADHD or something like that, it might be worth getting an evaluation and, working to develop tools or trying a medication that may help him focus better and be more punctual. But, these days people have phones on them all the time with alarms. He can be setting his own alarms to notify him, like, an hour before, 45 minutes before, half an hour before, to make sure he's getting those reminders that, hey, this thing is coming up. There's a lot of steps he can take that don't involve OP being the one to constantly shout down, hey, it's getting late.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a really unfair position to put OP in. And he needs to learn how to keep his own schedule. He's an adult, man. That's really what it boils down to. It doesn't sound like he has any trouble going to work and stuff like that.
I mean, that's a fair point. If he's getting to work on time and not getting distracted, if it's only when it comes to things with OP and he just is used to her telling him, then it's probably just expecting OP to mommy him type of thing.
Yeah, so I think that it's perfectly reasonable for OP to set this boundary and tell him that he needs him on his own time. And that's really what it boils down to. And like you said, he's not going to learn the lesson until it's something that impacts him. And he knows now that OP is serious, and so hopefully he takes the steps that are necessary to make sure that he gets to things that he wants to do. Plain and simple. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for reacting angrily when my boyfriend finished an entire bottle of salad dressing in a 24-hour period? Hi everyone, I know this sounds silly. Yesterday I purchased a whole normal-sized bottle of salad dressing for a meal that I was planning to make. For some context, I'm the breadwinner in my household and I buy almost all the groceries, I pay the mortgage, etc. I have a great relationship with my partner, but I just can't shake the fact that we had such a big disagreement over something so silly. Anyways, I'm pretty normal with how I dress my salad, so I know that the bottle would last me 1 to 2 weeks. We have our meal tonight, and I see that the dressing is all gone. My feeling is that my partner just plowed through something that I purchased in 24 hours. I find it kind of greedy and unnecessary. I brought this up with him, like, hey, can you maybe try to use less salad dressing so this can last a little longer? But it turned into a huge argument where he laughed in my face and said that I was breaking his balls over salad dressing. I buy most of the groceries And this has occurred many times before. Things that I purchase disappear before I can even get to them. We have had this discussion before, and he thinks that I'm being absurd over caring about a few dollars worth of dressing. I'm trying to think big picture. Like, hello, we don't need to plow through foods like that, especially when I'm the one buying them. We don't have kids, it's just the two of us. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk? Or is this just over a few dollars worth of things?
I mean, not the jerk. I mean, what is he doing? Guzzling the salad dressing? Like, even using a recommended serving size of salad dressing, you're not going to go through that inside of a night unless, like, you're eating, like, the world's largest salad. You know? Like, all I can just picture is him just swilling it.
Well, he might use it on things like, if it's ranch, he might use it on like nuggets or,
Well, I mean,
you know,
yeah.
there's a lot of things that you can use salad dressing for, and certainly beyond just salad. But I think more to the point is if he is like using huge amounts of salad dressing, say if he's like fills up an entire bowl for just a few nuggets or something like that, then that's extremely wasteful, right?
Right. I mean, I'm a ranch fiend. I love ranch dressing, but like it takes me a very long time to go through a bottle because I just use a typical like serving size or less. Um, and it's not even this one food. It happens with all kinds of foods.
Yeah,
It sounds
exactly.
like so. It almost feels more like a control thing to me. Like that he gets some kind of joy out of making sure to get rid of all of a particular food that OP bought, so that she can, I don't know, then have to rebuy it. It's like maybe a control thing, make him feel powerful.
Yeah, I don't know what his motivations here are. It does feel like a control type of thing, to be quite honest. It feels like he knows that he gets a rise out of her, and
Mm-hmm.
so he purposely goes out of his way to be malicious here. I mean, I don't know how to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, when your partner has talked to you multiple times about, you know, slowing down and not using all of one thing, at a certain point, it feels like either revenge or malice or something like that, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it shows at a minimum he doesn't respect her at
Mm-hmm.
all. Like, it would be one thing if he didn't realize how much she was using and was like, "Oh, sorry, like I'll pick up a new bottle or something like that." But the whole, "Oh yeah, you're making a big deal out of a few dollars."
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, this few dollars adds up when he does this all the time, and it sounds like he's not really pitching in for the groceries, so
Yeah,
it's all coming out of her pocket.
exactly. It's a few of her dollars. Let's get that quite clear. Now, I think that he just, I don't know, I think that OP might be better off dumping him, to be
Mm-hmm.
quite frank. He doesn't seem to respect her or her money or her time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not good for a relationship. But let me know what you folks think. So, anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Broken pencil.
Broken pencil who?
Forget it. There's no point.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, that was probably one of the better knock knock jokes that I've heard. I almost cracked a smile about that. Almost. Almost. My funny bone has been broken by Jovial Bobstein. And I have the special guest tea, matcha. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Fantastic Friday, folks. I hope your Friday is off to a fantastic start. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it on respecting your friends and family's time and effort.
It's okay to not to like everything your family or friends like, not to have the same priorities as they do in certain situations, but it's also important that you take into consideration their needs and be mindful of them.
For sure, for sure. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.